We are lucky to have Rob Parker with us
No, we're not
on
lucky.
this Friday.
Thanks, Jen.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, I'm going to start with you here. Where would you rank the Rockets in the West with Carmelo?
I'll drop them down to number 3.
Okay.
I like Golden State. I'm elevating OKC. Another year together. And, you know, they got something going. I think they feel good about each other. Carmelo Anthony, to me, doesn't add anything to Houston. And this is what the problem was in OKC. Sometimes, and you know, too many cooks can spoil the ham hocks, right? Did your grandmother tell you that?
Yeah. Too many
remember
cooks
that
can spoil mess the meal up.
Right, you know what I mean. So I just think that it's overkill. That's not what Houston needs, Carmelo Anthony. I get it. You want to add a star. You know, he can score. We all know that, and Carmelo can do that. If Carmelo was going to Houston in the big 3, I would think it was a great idea if they had a franchise.
Right.
But here, I just don't think what they have, Carmelo really fits, and you're only going to have the same situation you had in OKC.
Yes.
Where ultimately it didn't fit and it didn't work. So I don't see the fit, and I question why they would want to add. And then to add what D'Antoni, the coach, remember the whole story that he quit from the Knicks because of Carmelo Anthony.
But somehow,
like, that didn't happen? Are we supposed to act like it never happened anymore?
the 25 to 28 point a night Carmelo Anthony, you didn't want to coach him, but the guy that shot his all-time worst coming off a season like that, now you think he adds something to you. This makes no sense to me, Skip Bayless. Carmelo says, OKC didn't use me correctly. They can't use you like that. Skip, they can't use him like he was used in New York because they had Russ. You can't have 2 guys getting up 25 shots a night, Skip. Okay, Carmelo, you going to Houston. How do you think they're going to use you? James Harden says, we know there are a lot of egos involved, and some of us going to have to sacrifice.
He didn't mean so. He meant, and Melo has to sacrifice. Exactly. He just didn't say his name.
He could have easily said, you know, we're all going to have to sacrifice some things. No. Because remember now, when he got his MVP trophy, they floated the idea of LeBron James. He said, we don't need anything. What we got is good enough because we went Game 7 with the Golden State Warriors because he knows when LeBron comes, everybody has to sacrifice. He's like, Melo, you got to sacrifice. I'm still going to get my 20-plus shots a night up. Chris Paul going to need his 15, 16 a night.
That's correct.
I don't see the added benefits because I don't see the Carmelo Anthony being able to play the way that he was effective the majority of his career, which is dominate the ball, back you down, take the shot, get any shot that he wants. How do you do that when you got an MVP and you got Chris Paul on that roster? I don't see it. You give up defensive guys in Ariza and Mbah Moute. They were able to switch everything. Carmelo, really?
But if he was willing to accept a secondary role, come out and play, right, come off the bench, and you have the green light, then maybe you.
It works better if he's for the second unit, Skip. Now he gets the bulk of the shots with the second unit. But if he's willing to accept that role, hell, he could have stayed in OKC. It was because he was unwilling to accept that role.
To me, Carmelo Anthony has become the Dez Bryant of the NBA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Or maybe you should do it in reverse. Maybe Dez is the Melo of the NFL.
I like that.
Rob Parker, you just said something, but you didn't say it all as strongly as you would usually drive home a point. You said that Oklahoma City is going to be a little better than Houston. I'm going to remind you, Houston won 65 games without Melo last year. Oklahoma City won only 48, so that's a 17-game swing. So you're saying addition by subtraction, get Melo out of there, and all of a sudden Paul George and Russ, and they added Schroeder, who I love Schroeder, but you could argue, how's he going to fit? Is he just going to be the backup? Are they going to share the ball a little bit? Are they going to share point guard or shooting guard a little bit? I still love his game. He is electric. He can score. Yeah. And they get Robertson back, their best defender. I'm with you. I think Oklahoma City could be a little better because I think Houston is the team most likely to slide, decline, maybe even collapse if you put Melo into that mix.
Because look at OKC during the year, how they struggled with those guys. Remember, they were terrible at one point, and you said, how in the world can they not win with all this talent?
So they tried, and to Melo's credit, he tried in a way to become spot-up three-point shooter.
He's not
and he
that.
didn't like it.
No.
He groused about it all. He griped. He made waves about it. He's kind of like LeBron. He's more passive-aggressive. He won't just tear the locker room apart. He'll just be a little unhappy with the media, just drop a hint here, drop a hint there. He took a career-high 474 threes last year. Those are attempts. That's a lot of threes to jack up. That's what Houston does, but he didn't like it. He made 36%, which is just okay. It wasn't like he was lighting it up, but it wasn't bad.
Right.
Okay? Would he fill that bill for Houston? Well, because they're going to lead the league in three-point attempts, right?
Yes.
Okay? Will he be happy with that? No, because he's already made it clear, I'm still that guy. James just said, we heard him just say, oh, he's still got a lot left. Well, what? Does he have ball stopping, ball dominant, solo act in the low post left? Because that's who he always was. He's a big man. He's bullish. He can back people down in the low post and take advantage of smaller, weaker defenders. Right. That's the essence of Carmelo Anthony. Will that ever work in Houston? Will they ever run one play like that? I don't ever see him do that.
So what's James Harden supposed to do when Carmelo has the ball for like 15, 16 seconds?
Count the attendance.
Because that's nothing else to do. The thing, and it's hard, Skip, when you see a guy that came in your draft class and he's still way up here.
I know.
And you're not.
You know what? That's the essence of his issue.
Yes.
His psychological, his ego issue is, well, I'm only 7 months older than LeBron James.
But look at D Wade. Yeah. And D Wade took care of himself. It's just his body. His knees gave out on him, Skip.
You know, he had terrible knee surgeries at Marquette.
Right.
And he never got over them.
Right.
He's bone on bone. He's got issues, man.
But D Wade is smart enough to know I'm not the D Wade that led us to a title. I'm not the D Wade in the first couple of years of LeBron being in Miami. So I got to revamp my game. Okay, I'm better served if I come off the bench playing with that second unit. I can get my 13 to 15 shots a night. I'm not that guy.
I always wish that Allen Iverson bought into that at the end of his career.
Yes.
Allen Iverson could have played, come off the bench. I know a lot of guys. Grant Hill did it. A lot of great players. They got to accept when that time
Bob
comes.
McAdoo did it. Bill Walton did it.
A lot of people.
Ginobili still's doing it.
Well, but he did it the bulk of his career. He came up the bench.
He was willing to do it. He still played a lot of minutes, and you could still have big baskets in big situations. You got to let the ego go. I get it.
Dwayne Wade in Game 2 at Philly, the Kevin Hart game, remember that? He was great, but it was just in the fourth quarter, but he was still coming off the bench.
But Skip, I don't know if Manu ever looked at himself like Carmelo sees himself.
I don't know.
Probably not.
Allen Iverson, he definitely didn't say Allen Iverson won the MVP. He was the guy.
He was a star. He was a star.
Yeah, so
No,
to go to the bench and like, come on, dude, I'm the MVP coming off the bench.
But I will say, Grant Hill was a rookie of the year. He was a great player in college.
Yes.
And he was able, and he had some injuries, but he was willing to accept it. All I'm saying is, Melo, if he's really serious about extending his career and having a chance to win, it's not the worst thing in the world. Do you want to be a star on a bad team and not winning anything, or add to a team?
I want to win the title, but I really want to win the title averaging 25. When people say, oh, I want to win, I really do want to win, Skip, but I want to win catching 100 balls. I want to win rushing for 1,300 yards. Carmelo he does want to win, but he really, really would love to win scoring 25 a night. I want to win and be the guy.
So you lose Ariza and Mbamute, and Capella's not going to be happy because he has to come back hat in hand and say, okay, I'll take
Skip, they got 5 years, $85 million. You better take that $17 million and be happy.
But, Skip, those are big losses to Houston.
And they're going to lose some of their defensive identity because Melo's not going to help that.
Well, they're trying to get rid of the Ryan Anderson is the albatross, Skip. Good luck trying to get somebody to take 2 years at $40 million for a guy. Yep. He plays no defense, and now all of a sudden he can't hit a shot.
So you with us that they're going to drop to 3 maybe in the West?
You're going there.
Yeah,
leaning.
But I got somebody rising. I got a fast riser. I got a fast riser, Skip.
Well, pick them. Put your courage where your mouth.
I already got 5 cases on 54.
54?
Wins?
5? The other day you said 54 or 55. Which is it?
I said 53 or 54. You want me into 54. Why you always got to take the highest one? Why you just can't say, okay, Shannon, you get 54?
Because I'm not going to let you get away with 54 or 55. 55!
No, 54.
No?
We're moving on. Tom Brady is a 5-time champ, 3-time MVP, but